With how to restrict your kids' internet access. We have you covered. In just a few minutes, you can log on to woodtv.com for a live web chat about online safety for kids. Target 8 recently exposed that predators are trying to prey on kids through a texting app called Kik. I'm here in the newsroom right now with Target 8 Susan Samples. You've been investigating that app, and it's catching on with kids in West Michigan. That's the worrisome part.
Right, and Kik isn't for kids. It's actually rated age 17 plus, and it's hard for parents to monitor. So, beyond keeping your kids offline entirely, what is a parent to do? Well, we invited a couple experts to answer your questions online at woodtv.com. That chat starts at 6, it lasts until 7. But I also invited the experts to evaluate my 12-year-old son's setup at my house. Our two digital safety consultants.
So let's go and log in.
It's loading.
Checked out my son's iPhone.
Here, Safari is the very top one.
And the desktop computer in his bedroom. How would you describe the security I have on my son's devices now? They came to the same conclusion.
Terrible?
I would be very uncomfortable.
Thumbs down, they say, on the ways I track my 12-year-old son's internet use. I insist on knowing all my son's passwords, often read his texts, check his browser's history, and tell him never to post personal info, send pictures to strangers, or pick a fight online. Still,
on your son's phone right now, there are no restrictions enabled around browsing on the internet. So if I were to click Safari, which is the default web browser that comes on all Apple devices, whether they're a tablet or a smartphone, he could type in any word he wants and look at anything he wants.
And did you say he has all of his devices here in his bedroom?
I don't believe there should be any internet access in bedrooms, particularly after a certain time of night.
Am I fulfilling my parental responsibility right now?
Not close yet.
To get me closer,
Net nanny.
Mike Nicholas, an associate professor in computer information systems at Davenport University, helped me install Net Nanny on my son's PC, which took less than a half hour. Net Nanny, of course, replaces the web browser and blocks pretty much everything you tell it to.
What do we want to block? We're going to block gambling, provocative topics, alcohol. How do you feel about lingerie and swimsuits?
Block.
An easy place to start is controlling what your son is doing on the internet.
Chris McKenna is a youth pastor at Cornerstone Church who's made it a mission to stay on top of the newest apps our kids are using and the best parental control software. He took about 10 minutes to set up and install a web browser called Mobicip on my son's iPhone.
What I find most useful about it, because filters are a dime a dozen, is how well it filters out inappropriate content at YouTube.
The experts say there's no question filtering YouTube content is a challenge for most parental control software. So as it stands right now, my son could not watch any YouTube videos that has any profanity in them.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see.
What the is that noise? Holy
Fail.
What? What the oh my god, my ears. It's so loud.
Why can we hear that? I thought you blocked that.
YouTube's a tough one. I'll just admit it's a tough one because they can name a video something and it's about something totally different.
But what both Mobicip and Net Nanny allow a parent to do, log in on their own device and track what their kids are doing online, how much time they're spending, what websites they're visiting or trying to visit. Still, with new apps popping up every day, it's tough for parents to keep up.
So that's been my experience, is they're just intimidated and overwhelmed and don't have the time.
But I don't want to make it sound like it's just you, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of parents out there in the same boat that probably don't know quite where to start. You might have noticed in one of those shots of my kid's phone, he actually had the Kik app on there. He used to have it. He used to use it to keep in touch with his friends. We have since deleted that app since Target 8 found out that predators are trying to use it to text our kids. If you have questions about your own child's online safety, what software to use, how to figure it out, where to start, you can log on to woodtv.com starting at 6 o'clock and join our online live web chat with Chris McKenna. He's going to answer all of your questions. That's from 6 to 7 o'clock. So join the conversation.
Yeah, this is incredibly valuable information because, like you said in your story, it's difficult to stay on top of it because it can be so overwhelming for parents.
That's right. And we have experts who want to help you do that, to keep track of it.
Okay, Susan, thank you. Brian?